I call this one the WAP.
All right, welcome to.
Wait.
Okay,
If that doesn't work, I don't know what will.
welcome to episode 2 of the Bottom Shelf Boys. Joining me, as always, we have Dominic Big Dick Berardi
Ahoy.
and Jacob.
Hello.
All right, Dom, what do we got today?
All right, we got some squirrel peanut butter whiskey. You know, this is another one of those late to the party kind of you're running late, you got to buy a whiskey bottle cuz you want some fucking whiskey and Coke, whatever you feel like
With a
mixing it
peanut butter whiskey? I don't know about
dude,
that.
anything. People are crazy
Peanut butter
nowadays.
and Coke sounds kind of terrible.
You know what? You can mix anything as long as it's half proof. Am I right?
Maybe.
I guess
I don't
we'll
know about
find
that.
out. This is why we watch the
That's
show.
a bold statement. Some stuff is pretty bad.
So here I am on the Squirrel Whiskey website. And you know what they say about their product?
I'm
What do
genuinely
they
curious. I haven't taken a look yet.
They're about us. It's not big. It says squirrel, spelled incorrectly. Peanut butter whiskey, also spelled incorrectly. Extra smooth, slightly sweet. We're an award-winning spirit with a squirrely attitude.
What do you mean?
You know, that sounds
Come
like
on.
that sounds like us kind of a drink, right?
Who writes these descriptions? Like, y'all could do better than this. Come on.
Available in 50 milliliter and 750 milliliter.
Well, good thing we have the 750 milliliter.
That means they sell this by the shot.
That's disgusting.
I mean, if
Nah.
you're looking for one, we don't know yet. It might be great.
It could be.
It might turn out to be our new go-to.
I guess this is where we
I gotta
find
look
it
at
out.
this
Jake,
bottle.
crack that for me. Pour
Yeah,
some.
Jake,
pour
what does it
some
say?
glasses.
I
What do
gotta
we
give
got?
my first impression of this bottle.
It's kind of a nice looking bottle.
It really is.
It's simple. The aesthetic is not complicated. Like the squirrel art, there's a barrel with a squirrel on
It's
it.
black and white.
Black and white, simple, two-tone.
It's got peanuts.
The
It's
bottle
got-
looks good. The bottle looks really good. Good branding. Nice looking bottle. There's a peanut up here at the top. It says extra nutty, which it's a good. I like that. You know,
Do
throw
ya?
a peanut, say extra nutty, whatever. It's extra nutty. Well, we'll see. I'll be the judge of that. I'll
It
see if
does
it's extra
kind
nutty
of,
or not.
Give me a little
It's peanut
alarm.
butter flavored.
Some red flags, if you must. That there's no description on the bottle itself.
It's from
I don't
Chicago.
think it needs one. It's a peanut butter whiskey that costs you very little money.
But I feel like a whiskey should always have a description.
There's no story.
It's
It's a whiskey that we made of peanut butter.
I guess.
Yeah, but I think the
Color kind of off puts me almost a little. It's a little on the light side compared to what we tried last episode.
Oh, that smells like a Reese's cup.
Does it? In a good way or bad way?
Yes.
Oh wow. Much peanut butter, very less whiskey.
It just smells like peanut butter. Like the fake kind of peanut butter.
It is
I don't
definitely
know.
the fake. It's like if you go to if you go to like Petco and you go to buy some like Kong toys for your dog and you go to get that spray shit that goes inside, like almost like the Easy Cheese.
Mm.
Kind of smells like that.
For me, it smells like that fake peanut butter you'd get inside like a candy bar or something.
Yeah, my first thought was peanut butter flavored hard candy, like a Werther's original, but peanut butter flavored.
That's caramel, first of all.
yeah, but I know that's not peanut butter. But that's style of candy.
Gotcha. The
Yeah.
hard old people candy.
Yeah,
Mm.
that I get that, but peanut butter flavor.
It's like a comforting smell though. I smell it and it smells good.
It does smell good. I'd rather smell it than drink it. I'm almost scared to try it.
It's got.
I mean, we haven't drank
But-
it yet.
it smells
we have-
sweet. I know it's gonna be sugary. It's got. It's got to be, you know.
First sips. We ready?
All right. Cheers.
There's no better time. Definitely sweet. Straight sweetness.
Very sweet.
Right off the bat. Almost mouth puckering sweet.
Yeah.
I'm not as taken aback by it as I thought I would be.
It doesn't taste like peanut butter, though.
It doesn't. It tastes almost like caramel.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
almost right with the Werthers, though.
It's got more caramel than peanut butter, definitely.
I don't know what I would call this.
It doesn't remind me of peanut butter.
The smell is peanut butter. The taste is something completely different.
Like almost dirt mixed with peanut butter.
It's really similar to like a Werther's hard candy liquefied.
No.
But like
You're wrong.
No.
100%.
Like
100% wrong
it's
with the
sweet
Werthers,
and
but
it's
like
caramely.
Like
it's definitely caramely,
no,
but
if
not
I took,
Werther's
like-
caramely.
What are those spicy candies?
Like the hot rods
Yeah, well, not like
or the Red's Hots.
the Red Hots. If I had that, but like kind of made it peanut butter, because it's like the spicy of the whiskey comes through.
I feel
It's I want to say it's more on the harsher side than what we had last episode.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Little bit. Just a
It
little
doesn't taste like water. That's
does-
for sure.
you think
That's
this
true.
is harsher than 11 Jones?
bit. Yes. But it's also sweeter.
Really?
So it kind of evens out, but it's like
But
It's-
it's still definitely less harsh than most whiskeys.
I would
Yes.
definitely prefer this over 11 Jones any day. Like
Really?
this is much more
I would not.
palatable to
I'd
me
have to
plain.
I'd have to say I would prefer 11 Jones over this.
For me, I guess it depends what the vibe is.
This goes down
If
like
I'm trying to drink something to have something interesting, this is certainly more interesting.
This is
than-
more interesting,
Yeah.
yes. 11 Jones was definitely more watery.
Let's
but-
also try to keep the topic of conversation away from 11 Jones and closer on the bottle in case people didn't watch episode 1.
You're right. I'd say Squirrel. I don't. Would I rate it higher or lower?
I like it more. It's more flavor.
I'd say it has more flavor. It's a lot more sweet, but that can also be a bad thing in and of itself. Because I know a lot of people, a lot of you guys will
just
get
for drinking it neat.
for drinking it neat. I'd say I'd prefer 11 Jones.
neat. I like peanut butter and I like caramel, and that's like the only flavor I get here. And I like whiskey, I guess. So
Yeah.
all
Pe-
these things are good to me, and it's a combination of all of them. So I like it more, and it's sweet too. So
You definitely get
kinda
the
like
peanut butter.
candy.
You get the peanut butter and the smell. You get the caramel and the taste. It's sweeter. It's a little bit more harsh, but it kind of evens out in all.
Yeah. If I'm drinking it neat, I think I like this better.
Mm-hmm.
If
I would
I'm,
agree.
If I'm going for a half strength liquor, I wouldn't dislike this.
Yeah.
Like you have to go into it with the understanding it's a sugary dessert kind of whiskey.
When you buy peanut butter whiskey, you know it's going to be a little
you're not
sugary.
looking for a whiskey when you buy peanut butter whiskey.
No.
You're looking
Mm.
for peanut butter. You're looking for something with some
some
pizzazz.
sugar,
Yeah.
sugar,
butter.
something different.
with added alcohol. You want the peanut butter. You don't want the whiskey. You want the peanut butter, and whiskey goes the best with peanut butter.
So,
I mean, I just want the alcohol.
question here.
But out of all the alcohols, you don't want vodka and peanut butter.
What
That'd
would
be
you-
so
Do you?
nasty?
Are you sure?
That
Have you tried it?
No, I've
Not
not
yet.
tried it, but that
Not
sounds
yet.
so bad.
We might find
That
some
sounds
later on.
awful.
So, if you had to mix this with something, what are you mixing this with?
I wouldn't mix this with anything.
Ooh,
I couldn't tell you.
I don't know if I'd put this on ice. To be honest, I don't think it would be better.
On ice, I think
it
it'd
would
go
be
downhill.
worse.
That's a shame because we're going to try it.
We
Yeah.
are going to try it.
We'll
We're going to
try
try it regardless,
But-
but
My prediction is it will get worse with ice.
with ice. And mixers, I don't know what maybe like a root beer.
I would try to put this in like a chocolate martini, I think. And really go like balls in on making it like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
I think that could work.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of trial and error.
It would be a sweet drink.
But that's kind of what you want in a martini.
But if you're buying this, you're going for a sweet drink.
That's true.
You know what you're getting into if you see peanut butter whiskey.
Peanut butter whiskey, gonna be sweet.
Yeah.
Regardless.
The name is good. It's self-explanatory. You're getting peanut butter flavored whiskey. And it tastes very similar to what you'd exactly expect it to.
I think the only thing I'd mix this with is root beer. We're gonna try other things.
Root beer, I think you're right.
I think root beer could work well with this.
Cream soda. It's like
that's
root
a
beer's
good
cousin.
No, I'm not a big fan of cream soda, but I think that would actually work pretty well.
I don't like
I
cream
am
soda.
a big fan.
I don't either, but I think it would work well for people that do like cream soda.
I'm a cream soda fan.
I couldn't tell you yes or no. Because I don't like cream soda.
I think it would pair very well, and I am a big cream soda fan. Probably my favorite soda.
You know what? It's got that nutty flavor. When you drink it, it's almost more like a hazelnut
It is.
than a peanut butter.
Kind of reminds me of coffee.
I would put this in a coffee flavored beverage. Like if you put this in an Irish coffee,
I was gonna say if you make exactly,
that would be good.
Irish coffee?
Be like a hazelnut Irish coffee.
You know?
I would actually buy this to do that.
We could try that someday. That does sound
We
like
could try that right now.
I am not drinking caffeine at midnight on a Sunday night.
I mean, who said it's
coffee
Sunday?
And peanut butter whiskey sounds pretty good, actually. Peanut butter.
We might just have to do that.
Think about
update.
this.
Well, that might come out as a might come out as a YouTube short or something.
In the morning, I might take this home. Might make a little short for you guys.
Post on.
I might post it.
On the Bottom Shelf Boys
before I
TikTok.
go to work. Before I go to work, I might take a little
solo
coffee.
review.
Yeah,
I like it.
So, I think peanut butter and coffee would pair pretty well if you tried to treat it like.
But this is definitely more hazelnut.
If you went for the Reese's cup approach,
I'm gonna want more caramel.
you add chocolate and you add this, so
It's
you got
like
chocolate peanut butter in the coffee, and I think that would taste pretty darn good.
it's like caramel.
I'm just guessing though.
Heavy caramel for sure. Then you get the hazelnut and the aftertaste.
The more I smell it, the more hazelnut I get too.
But like the taste. Because the smell is different than the taste, 100%.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree with that. It's like you smell it. It doesn't smell like whiskey. And you taste it and you're like, that is whiskey with a lot of sugar and a lot of peanut butter and a lot of caramel. The peanut butter almost gets drowned out by caramel, but I don't even know if there is caramel in here. It might just be whiskey and peanut butter tastes like caramel. Think about that. Those two flavors might just equal caramel.
That's fair.
But I don't know.
And this is also a double header that we're filming tonight. So
Yeah, we are also. Yeah.
for those of you watching at home, we finished the Elvin Jones and then moved on to the squirrel. So we would like to apologize
I have to say,
for the
one thing
deterioration in product quality.
I have to say though, I do really appreciate the creative name choice in this whiskey.
Ooh.
Squirrel.
I like the name choice.
I think
branding.
the branding and the name choice is far superior than the 11 Jones.
Branding is top notch. Yeah.
I totally agree.
It's a very simplistic bottle, and they make it very boxy. Like
if that was in a liquor store,
they're very boxy.
if I didn't notice that was 21%, I might buy that by accident.
And if you didn't see the peanut butter, you would also buy it.
Yeah. Well,
'Cause
I mean, maybe if I was going for peanut butter. Like,
you're
that's what I'm
not
saying.
much of a peanut butter person, I know.
I like peanut butter.
Really? Are you sure?
I just don't like peanut butter whiskeys,
Okay.
usually. If I'm drinking a whiskey, I want whiskey.
I'm the same way.
Usually same.
I'd say for me, top rated, I like I've only tried Glenfiddich, but that's one of my higher, most preferred is Glenfiddich. The 15 years are pretty good.
Glenfiddich is some good stuff.
It's really good.
I mean, everyone I've tried, fantastic, loved it, and that's some of the fanciest whiskey I've tried personally. Glenfiddich is some good stuff.
I haven't tried enough flavored whiskeys to really be able to tell. I've tried all the Crown Royal varieties. I've tried some peanut butter whiskeys. Tried a couple of different fruit whiskeys like apples, peaches. But yeah, usually I'm kind of disappointed. Like usually I'll go for just a plain whiskey first.
This is definitely the first like flavored whiskey that I've had. Like peanut butter. I've never had a peanut butter whiskey before this.
That's shocking.
So it kind of surprises me a little bit. It's a little more sweet than I would have asked for because I'm not a super sweet person, but I do like it.
If you're gonna go for a flavored whiskey,
it's definitely different.
The only way to really flavor a whiskey is just overpower the whiskey with sweet.
Yeah.
That's what this is for sure. This is a lot of sweet and a lot of...
It's not harsh, though, at all.
Butter.
There's no harshness to it.
No.
Yeah, the harshness...
It's easy drinking.
It definitely is easy drinking, but...
Still more than the Love and Jones.
I'm curious how this peanut butter whiskey compares to other peanut butter whiskeys. Because I know there's a couple of them now.
I'm a little curious how it's going to be on the rocks.
I think that's the next part of
I think that's the next part. I think that's where we're headed right now.
It is, yeah.
So, without further ado,
send them.
Cheers, boys.
That is so... Man.
It's like drinking a maple syrup.
It's like the aftertaste lingers so long. It just sticks to your tongue. You got the sweet coating.
No, just so much fucking saliva.
Oh, makes you.
Attention podcast. He's throwing up.
No, it's just
I can almost guarantee you, if I took some of my favorite whiskey and took some peanut butter and went to town in the kitchen with it, I could probably come up with a better beverage. But might be getting a little too cocky because I also don't know how to brew a whiskey, distill a whiskey, you know?
I did throw up just a little bit, but like only like half of my stomach.
If you're a bitch.
Speaking of
but
ice.
Then I threw
Speaking
up
of ice, here we are, part 2.
Ice.
We're trying
Look at that.
iced up peanut butter
Ice.
whiskey. Cheers, boys.
Squirrel. What you know about squirrel?
You know what? The more I drink it, the more it builds on me.
Really? I'd say the more sugary it feels.
Okay, maybe the ice masks the sugar.
Yeah.
Really? The ice amplifies the sugar.
The ice masks the alcohol.
It
and
masks
just tastes more sugary.
That's exactly how I feel.
I'm just a sweet tooth in general. I don't mind it.
See, I'm not a sweet person, so I don't, you know.
Too sweet for me personally. I like bitter, but
I do like bitter.
I understand a lot of people are fans of sweet. So if you like that, then this is
There's a
very
lot of sweet drinkers
Where the
out
fuck
there.
did you get that flannel from?
Oh, it was over there.
During the break.
Sorry, I left to go to the bathroom, and I come back, and this man's wearing a flannel with a t-shirt and some shorts. Like, what
It looked cozy, so I put it on. It is pretty cozy.
That's his whiskey drinking flannel.
that's where you make things happen.
We got to
right
go
there.
to Goodwill before the next episode.
I was actually just at Goodwill today.
We got to get flannels.
I was at Goodwill. Oh, believe me, I have plenty of flannels. All right, I don't need to go to flannel.
I don't think I have a single flannel, to be honest.
Really?
It's just not my aesthetic.
I guess it's not your aesthetic. If you had the mutton chops, yeah, it would be. Mutton chops and
top.
No, he looks like a guy from Ghost Town, dude.
The top button only. Just this one right here.
That's
button.
Just that.
That's
top
some
button.
Hispanic culture.
It definitely
It
is so Hispanic. But look at this.
I mean, I have to say, from personal experience, the top button is effective. It keeps the lower body very cool.
Yeah. It
During
gets
the
a lot
day.
of airflow
You get a lot
down
of
here.
airflow.
I can't
You
say
got-
I've tried it long enough and unironically enough to commentate on it.
Get some airflow, you know?
Smack the belly.
All right, Jake, let me smack that belly next.
So,
Smack that.
the squirrel whiskey. I would say squirrel whiskey.
Not a favorite for me.
I would recommend it to someone balling on a budget, but I would not buy it for myself.
No.
If you are a
So-
whiskey drinker and you're trying to get your girlfriend into whiskey, this might be something you'd buy.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you could give this to your girlfriend who doesn't like whiskey, or your friend who doesn't like whiskey, and be like, yo, try this.
You want a Reese's cup?
You put this in some chocolate liqueur and some other sort of soft mixer. Maybe some chocolate milk or something. Maybe almost a white Russian.
Like I said, a root beer. You could
Yeah.
put root beer with it.
Root
I think
beer-
I think it would be okay with root beer or like a
chocolate
cream
liqueur,
soda.
and this might be pretty darn good. I wouldn't drink a bunch of it unless you really like sweet stuff. But
I'm
I
not a
don't
super
mind it.
sweet person. Again, that was like the 5th time I'm saying it. But like, for me, not my kind of whiskey. If you like a more bitter, more, whiskey styled whiskey, this is definitely not the route for you. But if you like something more sweet, more like I don't know, Smirnoff, Seagram's,
if
kinda
you're
sugar-
looking for
if you
something
like-
sweet,
if you like something kind of sugary, something kind of sweet,
Squirrel
this
might
is-
be for you.
Squirrel is definitely for you because it is sweet.
Yeah, it's like it feels like melted candy in your mouth.
It does. It feels like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
It
In
really
like
does, yeah.
in like a little bit less of the peanut buttery way, and
More of a
little bit-
hazelnut way, I feel it, but
definitely more of a hazelnut than like a peanut butter.
yeah.
So if you're trying to make
Hazelnut-
this better,
It's like they took hazelnut and caramel and mixed it together and then called it peanut butter.
All right, so the real question, what are we having Jake draw for us?
Yeah. What?
Jake, let's get your
do you want
board
to
out.
rate this on a scale?
Oh yeah, we have to
rate this on a
decide.
scale.
We have to decide what the scale is, though.
Let's do the flavor to harsh scale again.
Flavor to harsh scale.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a. I feel like we can't even compare it to.
It's the flavor.
Let's see. I
It's
guess
got
if
a
we
lot
are,
better flavor, but I don't think it's going to be nearly. I don't know if it'll be to the crown.
Oh,
So let's do it on the Elvin scale, or the 11. The 11.
No, 11 Jones. They're completely different types
That's true.
of drink.
One's peanut butter, one's 11.
I feel like we just need a whole new scale for this. Maybe what? Well, okay. Usability to
Mixability.
Yeah, mixability on one axis, and then
I don't even know.
strength on the other.
No, because the strength's going to
Yeah,
be.
no, you had it. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, fucked it up.
Mix. We
That'll
got mix.
do. That'll
We
do.
got-
Strength.
What are you thinking?
Just-
Strength?
We could do anything.
Strength
That's just an
or-
idea.
Nah, mix. Mixability. We're speculating with the mixability. We haven't tried it mixed yet, but theoretically, it
Theoretically,
could be pretty good with a few options. So we got mixability
So
versus.
I'd say strength. I'd say strength
Strength.
is always a good.
well, I
medium.
guess it's half
already-
strength to start out. So.
it's half
yeah.
strength, so it's going to be at 50. It's going to.
We could just leave harshness on there.
I think harshness is a great
Harshness,
great-
yeah.
So just put harsh. Yeah. Because I think if you put harsh, it's a good median, so it gives
Yeah.
it a good flat line at a point.
So we got mix versus harsh. Personally, I would place this.
Well, okay. Give us some.
Give us a
so-
good base
All right, let me give you a
Draw
baseline.
the map. Draw the map. Give us
Okay.
2 or 3 good
out
ones.
of flavored whiskeys. Are we saying
Whatever comes to mind.
I think I'm going to use Crown as the baseline.
Crown again. All right.
It's a popular enough one.
Crown
It's
Apple,
a good
Crown
baseline.
Peach.
Just plain original Crown.
I'll see what he has to say before I chime in my input.
So, Crown mixability very high. You can mix original Crown with almost anything, any soda. Well, I mean any dark soda, root beer, Coke. It all works well, and it's still pretty good. So, I would give mixability of Crown probably a 7. Harshness.
The cogs are turning in this one. This is a hard one.
Earlier.
This is a showstopper for Jake.
I did hard. I'm trying to. I forget what I rated it last time. I'm trying to get some consistency with my Crown rating.
You know what really grinds
What did I do
my
for harshness? Do you
gears?
remember?
I remember what you did. I'm waiting for you to draw it on there so I can
Mixability.
roast your ass.
We got 7
Harshness?
harshness on Crown. I would give it a 5.
Okay, he's holding up.
That's about the same.
He's
that's
holding
about,
up. Yeah.
That's about regular. Yeah.
A 7, and a
He
5.
extends the line. Wow. As if the harshness is going to go up
7-5.
from the crown.
So that's 5. We got 5 and 7 right here.
What a 5.
And that's Crown. And then for this little peanut butter squirrel deal we got going on over here, I would put this
just wait.
harshness.
Just
it's
think.
like a
Just
1,
think about
dude.
those
It's
little
not
tiny
harsh.
peanuts, Jake. Just think about those.
I'm thinking about the tiny peanuts, and I'm thinking that's a 1 harshness, and I'm thinking it's gonna mix at like a 5.
really a 5.
I'm thinking peanut butter goes well with a lot of stuff. And
But
I
it
think you
also
can make it
doesn't
work.
go well with a lot of stuff.
But I
yeah,
feel
it's
like
going to be either totally
it's gonna
fine,
be really good or
good.
really bad.
It's a hit or
Yeah,
miss.
that's
for
what
sure.
I'm saying. Be probably a 5. I agree with that.
So I'm thinking peanut butter is going to be down here.
Squeaky, squeaky, like the squirrels.
All right, we have it.
All right.
What do y'all
I
think
would-
of this?
I would go maybe a little bit harder on the mix and it'd be more of a 6 than a 5, but I think you're pretty much spot on.
All right, so now, Jake, I want you to calculate the rate of change between those 2 points.
Well, if you take the latitude and longitude of,
Give me the derivative, dude.
if you take the absolute curvature of the Earth and you call it flat, and then you just do this, it's the rate of change is 45 degrees. If you can't tell by this picture I drew
Is
right
it
here.
exactly 45 or is it more like a 62?
To my
They don't know what a derivative is.
To
If
my-
you didn't know at home.
to my well-trained eye, this is exactly 45 degrees. It's perfect.
That's an electrician speaking. Future electrician.
He has not done a single electrician course.
He has a bag. That's it.
I was an actual apprentice for 6 months.
And then he gained a pouch, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I have a pair of wire strippers. So
He's made it. He's made
I'm
it.
good to go. That's all you need. Oh, can't forget the screwdriver. 10 in 1, 11 in 1, 6 in 1, whatever the hell you call it nowadays. A screwdriver.
6 and Juan.
You need a screwdriver and you need wire strippers, and you can do a lot of around the house stuff.
I'm almost done with this. Is it almost time to move on to the mixer?
What
I
are we
think it's
gonna
time
mix
to move
this
on to the
with?
mixers.
All right. Clank it and sink it.
Sink it, baby.
Warm me up over there. So
Smells good.
off camera, we combined because we were originally thinking to do our typical cola, but then we thought that would probably taste terrible with peanut butter. So we said, well, what else could we mix it with? So we mixed it with a little bit of Irish cream and a little bit of coffee liqueur, and we've concocted what we call the Nutty Bosnian. So that's what we're drinking right now. Hopefully none of it's spoiled because that Irish cream's been in there for probably 3 years.
Smells
Well, we're gonna be the
Smells
guinea
like a
pigs.
Bosnian to me.
I
I work with two of them.
We're throwing up.
I work with two Bosnians, and I've already thrown up. So it's really not that bad. It's a little sweet. It's all on the sweet side,
That's very sweet.
but I think combined they're better than just the fucking squirrel.
Yeah, it definitely. The Irish cream and the coffee liqueur both add to the squirrel.
I think maybe add a little bit more of the coffee liqueur than the Irish cream.
That coffee liqueur overpowers like fast.
Yeah. The coffee liqueur is all I'm tasting now, with a hint of the peanut butter. But I would say it's very palatable. But
That's actually a pretty good drink.
I mean,
I like that. Nutty Bosnian.
The Nutty Bosnian.
No, when we open a bar, we'll just have to throw that on the menu.
Yeah, when, quote
the
unquote.
Nutty Bosnian, I like it more than I thought I would. Because I was expecting this to be revolting. And
I can
it is
agree with that.
not that
You
bad.
don't trust my mixology, dude?
So
I thought it
he
would
pulled
be
out the
kinda
coffee
terrible.
liqueur. I thought that was enough on its own to be okay. And then he pulled out the Irish sweet cream.
Oh,
And,
a splash of Irish cream usually adds to a mixture.
Like,
I thought it might be a little bit too much. It's a little on the sweet side.
it
I
was
thi-
already on the sweet side.
It was, but I think it could have done with just the coffee liqueur.
I would never order this if it was
But
served at a bar.
it's really you wouldn't.
I would not order this. No, it's too sweet.
I think
for
a
me.
female would though.
I think a lot.
Like a coffee
not
drinking
necessarily
white
just-
woman would
not-
definitely
not
order this.
necessarily
Maybe.
just
Maybe.
females. I think a lot of people would order this at a bar.
If you like,
I know a
sweet
lot
drink,
of people who don't.
I
like
think if you gave
things-
it a shot of espresso, it could do a lot.
warm espresso,
yeah.
Yeah.
like
If
fresh.
this was served kind of warm, that might be good.
No. Ice drink.
But like a hot nut, dude,
No.
You don't think the
Cold nut.
cold nut.
You think the peanut butter's better cold?
I think like an iced coffee. Almost. Like like you're
Oh.
drinking a cold brew.
Make an iced coffee and use Squirrel as the
The mix.
flavor, the
Yeah.
sweetener.
Yeah.
That could
That's still-
definitely
yeah.
work.
Squirrel on its own is very sweet, but you still need the cream to make it a little bit milky.
But that'll
So
be
I'd
in
say
there.
you put the like Kahlua or whatever you're mixing in, whatever your mixed drink, whatever your mix of choice is. But you put a little bit of Squirrel, you put a little bit of Kahlua, and you put like a shot of espresso. I think it'd be perfect.
Yeah, I think an Irish coffee might be the way to go with this beverage.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I would have to agree.
That would make this drink taste the best out of its possible concoctions. I think
So
Irish coffee. I agree with that.
In
That would work well.
in conclusion, I think everyone would say, if you mix this into something, it tastes good.
I think Jake kind of messed up on that mixology score in the previous round.
Yeah, I think the mix
you
is
thinking?
higher than 6 or 7 or 5
I
or
think,
6.
Yeah,
Because
this kind of mix is
you
pretty
put it
darn
at a
good.
5, I'd say it's at like a 7 or an 8.
In a mixed drink, this is tasty.
And it's even less harsh. But you're also not getting
It's-
as drunk.
Yeah, I mean,
We're still
if you're
working.
buying sugary beverages, you're probably not looking to get wasted anyway.
Yeah.
We're working with half strength sugary drink right
It's
now.
my fault. I'm sorry.
But it is still
Episode 3, we're gonna be
Episode 3 will come in with some good shit.
destroying ourselves.
some good bad shit.
We might, move this to like a Friday maybe.
yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Sunday night, probably the poor decision.
No, a great decision.
The color on this though,
It's a good inaugural decision.
it looks and tastes very caramely. Definitely caramel notes coming off this thing right here.
There's definitely like a punch to the throat of sweetness.
It's a mouth sticky goodness kind of.
It is.
I'm a sweet tooth. I like it. I'm not gonna lie. The Nutty Bosnian, I like this.
Yeah.
I do.
So you would finish that bottle if you had the proper mixed drinks.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah?
yeah. Without
Okay.
a doubt.
Okay.
If I brought this, the Irish cream, and the Kahlua to a party, yeah, I would drink that all night.
I agree. I could definitely drink this.
I couldn't personally, but if it was a little less sweet, I definitely could. Tone down the sweetness. I'm in.
Different flavors, different
It's not
folks.
my first choice, but I would definitely be fine with it. Because this is pretty palatable. And it's not that strong, so it mixes well. And
It's very on the harsh, very low on the harsh.
it doesn't ruin whatever else you mix it with. Like, it'll be a fine mixed drink. But mainly, I think because it's not that strong, not because it's good.
So now, after everything, what would you rate Squirrel out of 10?
Out of 10. On its own, not very good. I'd put it at like on it. Neat. Are we doing 3 different scales? So neat, dirty, and mixed.
You do whatever you like.
All right, I'm gonna do
Then
3.
give it its all around.
I'm gonna do 3 and then do an average. So we'll do I'll say neat, more of like a 3 to 4 on my scale for me personally, because it's too sweet for me. But I like that it has the peanut butter in it, and I'd say on the rocks, it's like a 2, because it's very sweet, has no harshness, is very flavorless with on the rocks. It's not good on the rocks. It's definitely a neat thing or a mixed. And if you have it mixed, it's more of like a 5 or a 6.
Jake, what you thinking? I agree. I see what you're coming from.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it is at its best when it's neat or mixed, preferably mixed. Neat, I don't think this is meant to be drank neat. I think this is meant to be a mixer.
100%.
I think that's its best use case, and it works pretty darn well for a mixer. And it definitely goes well with anything you would want peanut butter or caramel in. So
You still have yet to give me a number.
I would rate it. I would rate this one a 4 out of 10 because I don't want to go out and buy it, but I will drink. But I will drink it.
But if it was more harsh, you'd go and buy it.
I don't know if harsh is the
No,
right word.
Not harsh, but if it was more
Flavorful?
potent.
Complicated. I want when I'm thinking about a really nice whiskey, I'm thinking about this is complicated and there's a ton of different flavors happening and I'm trying to figure out what they are. So it's like a game in your mouth.
That's fair.
You're like, I'm tasting all these flavors, but what are they? Figure out the puzzle.
I have no fucking.
And you also get to enjoy whiskey while you do it.
For me, I might buy this
Really?
for mixed drinks. If I'm talking neat,
Never.
it was bad. It was a 2.
Never,
It was a 2,
never.
maybe neat.
I would never buy it.
On the rocks maybe bring it to a 3.
Really? You would say the rocks are higher than the neat?
I usually like things on the rocks. I do.
I do too, but I think this just has no. I like a little bit of the harsh. Like I like it to feel like it's bone warming almost.
I agree with that, but still a 2 to a 3. Not much that difference either way. Like not much swing. But when I got it in the mixer, as somebody who likes a good, like if I'm drinking a mixed drink, like I enjoy something that's like bitter. I enjoy something dry, but I also enjoy something sweet. And if something like a sweet mixed drink is up your alley, this is not a bad thing to have on your bottom shelf.
I can respect that. If for people that have sweet tooths, Squirrel might be more of your suit. If you like a good Reese's cup and you like sweetness, but like if you're like me and you like more dry things,
Yeah,
more warm, heartwarming, stomach warming, you feel it.
I could drink one of these at the start of the night and be a great start. I wouldn't drink it all night.
No, all night, you'd have a terrible hangover.
You would the worst hangover.
The
so
worst hangover.
Our
after
Lady
this.
of the Immaculate Hangover.
The sugar.
This is so bad.
For anyone that doesn't know, the sweeter the drink is, the worse the hangover. The sugar in the drink will get you worse than the alcohol will. So be careful, because this is sweet. So if you're going this route, it's going to hurt in the morning.
Drink some water.
Yeah.
And on that note, I think we're probably going to send these and drink some water ourselves. How about that?
Probably. Most definitely.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers. To the Bottom Shelf Boys.